If you asked me my opinion on Etika like 2 days ago, I would have said that his story is like the boy who cried wolf. He kept doing things that garnered so much attention of compassion and fear and just people reaching out to him that really cared about him. Too many times, he scared too many people too many times, and now it just seemed like he was doing it for attention and wanted to, I don't know, make a scene for whatever reason. Or he snapped. You know, he's someone who snapped, and he definitely pushed the boundaries on playing with too many people's emotions. And while parts of those opinions might still hold true, I recently watched Etika's most recent video called I'm Sorry. And in the video he talks about how, before he really wasn't feeling, thoughts of hurting himself. He really wasn't feeling all these horrible things, but it's clear that he feels them now. Now, I don't know how truthful he was when he said that, but I can tell you right now that the video that I watched, and you might have watched too, the I'm Sorry video, that right there, that's a broken man. You could tell that he is just filled with so much remorse and so much pain that he just doesn't really feel anything anymore. He just wants to disappear. And I've been there before, I think a lot of us have, especially if you've lived a moderately, I want to say long life, but I'm only 22, man, so my life hasn't been that long. But, if you've lived a few years on this planet, you've probably felt the same way. Life is cruel. We've all been through some stuff. And what I saw in that video was someone that really, really has just lost it all in terms of his social and emotional value. And it's strange because from the outside, a lot of us look at people who are successful and have clout and have money, and we're like, how can they feel that way? And there's something about us humans that we're always trying to find fulfillment, and no matter where we are on the social ladder, no matter where we are on the wealth ladder, we always have to feel this fulfillment, and we're always chasing it. And sometimes those things don't matter. Sometimes you feel really alone, even though you have a lot of people around you that care about you, There's so many fans of his who keep reaching out to him and saying, hey, we care about you. We really do. And he reads those, dude. He's reading those comments, and while he might totally believe it, logically, yeah, this person, I don't know who they are, but they care about me. But I don't know, it just doesn't feel like anything. I'm not saying he doesn't care about you. I'm just saying that for some reason, when you're just receiving messages over the internet, sometimes it just doesn't feel like anything. And then if he's really deep down that hole, even people in person, people who have been in his life for years, even his own mother, might be saying hey, I really, I love you and I care about you, and, I'm always here for you. And he might be hearing and feeling those things, but they're just not getting through. In the video, he talks about how he's pushed everyone he cares about away. And he's finally understanding the consequences to his actions of, you know, all these really strange internet, all these really strange breakouts he had. I don't really know what to call them, just like really weird messages and freakouts that he's caused. He's finally realizing the consequences for his actions. And he says that it might be a bit too difficult to deal with those consequences, you know, now that he's dug himself such a deep hole. And that's really sad to see someone feel like that. Anyways, I guess the point I'm trying to get at here is, if you ever feel like Etika does in this video, or if you know someone who is, the best thing you can do is just reach out and say, hey dude, like, I care about you, you know? And it might seem cliche, it might seem cringy to say the least, like it sounds weird to say it like that, but you know, it might feel out of place to do something like that, but those words do resonate with people, even if they're more of a hard-ass type. You know, Etika seems like he's kind of like a hard-ass type. Like, he seems like, you know, if you say some soft shit around him, he might just think you'd be like, bro, like, what? And that's okay. It's okay to show love and emotion to people like that. Another thing that you can do is just spend time with them. If you tell they're really feeling down, you can reach out and be like, hey dude, let's play some Mario Kart, or let's go walk around the mall, or let's go, I don't know, just spend time with them. Something that they're maybe interested in, help them get their mind off of the other things that really tear them apart. If there's any lesson to be learned from Etika, he talks about how, you know, how all this social media stuff can really tear you apart, and it's not everything you always thought it was. And while that may be true, it's the famous saying, it goes, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think he, you know, might have been misdirected, or he just thought he was invulnerable to a lot of the things that come with power and money. You know, we know Etika had, you know, a pretty wild lifestyle, the choices he's made in terms of like partying and all those kinds of things. I'm here to tell you that as someone who has never done those things, but has seen countless friends enter that scene of partying and trying substances, I'm trying not to say certain terms to avoid YouTube censoring the video, but it's not worth it. Like, it really isn't. A lot of people say, oh, you can't talk because you haven't had that experience, but I think I can talk because I've been in the environment. I've been around people who have done those things, and I can tell you that they bring temporary happiness, but long-term happiness, they take away from that. They tell your brain that it's okay to, you know, rely on those things to bring happiness instead of finding that happiness yourself. They weaken you. And it's not worth it. It really isn't. The people that you meet in those scenes, they might care about you as a person, but as soon as things get real, they might just not be real friends. They might just only be your friend while it's convenient for them, you know? I don't know. I don't know much about Etika's personal life. He seemed pretty private as a person. You know, he always said that he doesn't like love his fans. He just knows it's kind of like a service. He entertains them. They give him money. Whatever. It doesn't matter. All we know is that right now, he's a broken man. And all we can do is, you know, reach out with love and hope that he finds his way. And that he doesn't, you know, do anything drastic or hurt himself, because that would be horrible. If he is watching this video, which I highly doubt, but you know, maybe he's watching videos about like what other people are saying about him. Just my word of advice, and I'm younger than you, you have more years of experience than me, but I think my advice is pretty valid. Just ask yourself, what's your purpose on this planet? And if you can't find a good answer, if it's I don't know, if it is something that is along the lines of it doesn't matter, then you need to rethink about that purpose. You were given a chance, you were given a gift. You're entertaining, people love to watch you, you have a likable personality, people love to watch you on the internet. And if you're going to throw that all away and hurt people that care about you, think about the people that you'll be hurting if you do something like that. Then that's not worth it, dude. You have this gift, you can use it for good. If you regret so much in your life, then think about the ways you can turn it around. Not everybody has the opportunity to reach so many people. Imagine what you could do with that. You could do charity live streams and help others who are in need and hurting. You could spread good messages. People who need to hear good messages. There are hundreds of people who follow you and care about you that are also broken like you. There are thousands of people who watch you and have horrible thoughts of harming themselves all the time. And you can fix that. Well, not fix it, but you can definitely help it. It's never over, dude. It's not your choice to end it. It's not. I don't know what you believe in, but you can't play God, man. When your time to go, when it's your time to go, it'll just happen. You can't force it. While you're still here, reach out to the people that care about you, reach out to the people that you may have hurt and turned away and tell them, I'm sorry. They might not accept your apology, but that's okay, because that's on them to forgive you. Forgiveness is on the person who was wronged. That's their responsibility. Your responsibility is to just make sure that people know that you're sorry. That you truly regret what you did and you're willing to make it better. That's all that matters, dude. You can get yourself back off the ground, and you don't need help from anything else out there, like substances. You can do it on your own, dude. If you have that willpower, that's all you, dude. And of course, it's never wrong to reach out for help. If you know people that will help you, you need to reach out to them and you need to let them know, I need help right now, bro. Like I feel so alone, I feel broken, and I need help. That's okay. It's completely okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And this goes to anybody else watching this that feels the same way. Personally, I've had a few dark thoughts here and there throughout my life. Like I said, we all go through some stuff, and these are the kinds of things that help me pick myself up. I think about the people I'll hurt if I do something. I think about the good things I can do in life to make up for bad things I've done. And I think about, I thought it was interesting that Etika brought up that there's movies that he'll never see, games that he'll never see, games that he'll never play. Think about those things too, man. Like, I remember when Breath of the Wild, the trailer came out, and I don't know why, like I'm not a big fan of actors, but when I was watching it, I just thought of Robin Williams and how he's a huge Zelda fan and how he'll never get to play Breath of the Wild. This was back in 2016, I think, and he took his life in 2015. And it's just weird to think about those things. Anyways, I feel like I'm getting a little bit off topic here. Just remember, it doesn't It doesn't matter if people care about you or not, but there's always going to be people who care about you, dude. There's always. Everybody has someone. They really do. And if you really truly have nobody, you can't think of a single human being on this planet that cares about you. If you really can't, I don't know, maybe this is your time to pray. Even if you're not religious, just pray and see if you'll get something. Because if there is a God, and I believe there is, then he cares about you. He doesn't want you to do something like that to yourself. Okay, this is a really serious video. I did not expect it to get this deep, but I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of young people who watch Etika and they're watching him do this to himself, and they're just so confused. And I feel like, it's good to have some understanding. Life isn't just a beautiful cakewalk. There's bumps and bruises that you'll get. There's hardships. Sometimes you'll break a leg or some other bone. I don't know. Life's tough. And learning to be strong and learning to reach out to others for help along the way is an important part of it. Learning to deal with the situations that you put yourself into and that you find yourself in. Obviously, sometimes things aren't entirely your fault. Sometimes it's all just to fate. But yeah. Alright. That's all I have to say. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.